of them, great. Give both of them. Then B and C briefly gather info, just like the last time, clarifying and noticing the nonverbals. What are they doing in those two different states? What's their physiology like? Then A leaves again. B and C choose an NLP technique to embed in the metaphor. Do your best to match the structure of the technique with the present state and the desired state, just like we did yesterday. And you've got your few examples here in step 3. Accessing and anchoring resources, dissociation or the trauma release process, the new behavior generator, context or meaning reframing, negotiation, 6-step reframing, the swish. Those are the ones that are recommended to use. If you come up with something else that you'd like to use, that's fine as well. Okay, then B is going to prepare the metaphor. C acts as consultant and helps check for ecology. So as I'm if I'm B and I'm working on my metaphor, I might need to go, what do you think of this, or what do you think of that? And use C as a person to kind of help me. Okay? And then the delivery, so that's step 4 and 5. And then the delivery, I deliver it, and then feedback, tape editing, just like we did last time. Now, we expect that this will take you a little longer than the last one, since you kind of have to figure out what technique you're going to do, and then you have to figure out how to tell a story with that technique in it. Ready for a demonstration? So Gary and Birgit are going to come up and join me and grab a chair. So Gary will be A, I'll be B, and Birgit will be C. So, yes.
You guys come this way.
Oh, we need to move over? Okay? All right. So, Gary, you have a situation that you're dealing with that you'd like to explore changing?
Yes, I do.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Let's see. I have an enormous amount to get done when I get home. I have a lot waiting for me.
Okay.
A lot of work, a lot of family stuff, and it's just an enormous amount of work. Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty stressed about it.
And how are you aware of that stress?
I have a picture of people and projects.
Okay. What's happening in your body?
I'm tight here. My voice is strained right now. When I talk about it, it's way up in my throat. My breathing is shallow. I just feel not comfortable.
Okay. And not comfortable is the word for you?
Uneasy. Anxious.
Anxious?
Anxious is the word, yeah.
Okay. Okay. And how would you like it to be?
Relaxed, assured, knowing that it always gets taken care of, it all gets done, and it gets done well and in its own time.
So when you step into that and you begin to experience what that's like, yeah, sense of relaxation in your body.
Yeah, a lot of relaxation. And I do better that way. I can do fine being anxious, but I lose a lot in the process. I work a lot better really relaxed.
Are you aware of anything visually or auditorily when you're in that state?
Yes.
What's that?
A lot of phone calls, a lot of people, a lot of voices.
What does that represent for you? Like getting things done, or
people who want things done. They've been waiting for a month.
When you're in the relaxed place?
No.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. No, let's see that.
You jumped right back to the
right.
The present state, didn't you? So in the desired state, when you're really relaxed, are you aware of anything visually or auditorily?
Yeah, I'm aware that I see myself moving smoothly and flowing through the day and interacting with people in a relaxed manner. And as important, interacting with myself in a relaxed manner.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I have what I need. Anything else you felt like you needed to ask? Okay. Great. We'll ask you to come back when we're ready with the metaphor. Okay. So, in listening to those and beginning to compare those in my mind, I hear submodalities, big pictures in his mind that are causing him to feel anxiety and so on. That's the present state. And then I hear this quality in the relaxed state of having a sense that I can do it and having a picture of myself being able to do it and that kind of thing. Does that fit anything for you guys? Any structure, any technique that you can think of that matches that?
New behavior. New behavior generator.
New behavior, maybe?
Swish.
The swish. That's the one that comes to my mind. Sure. What do you think? Swish.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Okay. So now I need to come up with my metaphor. I got it. Okay. All right, Gary.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I noticed when he was in the relaxed state just before you let him go, you touched his knee. Were you trying to anchor that relaxed state for him in that?
No.
Okay.
It was a relationship touch.
Okay.
Okay, so I have a question then. Is that okay?
A relationship touch?
Yeah, at the end of it?
It's okay if you have permission. I already have a relationship with Gary, so I know that touch isn't going to have any detrimental impact.
Okay.
But I don't touch people that I don't have a relationship with yet.
Okay.
I make sure I establish that relationship first. Okay. Kind of skip the ecology part. So while he's away, what I should do is tell her the story, make sure that we're clear that the ecology is good and all that before moving forward. Bergen and I already did that earlier, so we've got that covered. Okay.
But we haven't done this.
We haven't done this part yet. So I want to share a story with you about an adventure that I went on. And it was to climb a mountain. And at first, when I was going through, along the trail, I couldn't see the mountain. And I felt okay. The mountain was far enough away that I didn't notice anything about the mountain because I couldn't see it. I was just moving through the trees. But I came out into an open meadow where there was a lake. And I looked up and I saw the mountain and I saw the size. And I saw the immensity of what I was going to be dealing with. And that I was going to have to climb that thing. It's what I had decided, that I was going to do. And I started to feel a little anxious, a little overwhelmed by the immensity of the task ahead of me. And as I approached the lake, I looked down into the lake and I saw a reflection of the mountain in the lake. And it created even more anxiety because it was like two mountains. Not just one now, there was like two mountains in my mind. And so the anxiety grew. And I noticed that as I was looking into this lake, feeling this anxiety, this fish jumped out of the water. And as it did, the mountain disappeared. It was like this ripple effect. And as the mountain went away, and I couldn't see it anymore, I found myself focusing on the fish, trying to see if I could see the fish. And so I walked up closer to the edge of the water, and I looked in. And what I saw instead of the fish was my own reflection. And I saw myself, and I looked in there, and I went, you can do this. You have all the skills and resources that you need. As I looked in at myself, I really began to see that I did have what it took that day to climb that mountain. And I looked away for a second. And when I looked back, I saw the mountain again. And I started to feel the anxiety again. And then another fish jumped. And it started to ripple away again. And I looked in, and again, the reflection of myself emerged. And I realized even more powerfully that I had what it took. And it was quite interesting to have that process happen several times without me even being aware of it. The next thing I noticed, I saw the mountain again. And then somebody threw a rock in this time. And the same thing happened again. And then I looked in, and there I was again. And that reinforced even more that I knew that I had what it took. And I turned towards the mountain, and I started up.
That was really great. That's good. Thanks. That was good. Whew.
So, do you want to start by sharing anything you noticed? About what I did or what he did?
Yeah, I don't remember exactly the time when you. That there was a point when you kind of just exactly not as you do now, and as we were starting to listen more closely to the story, and when for the first time the picture of the mountain went away. Yeah, he started smiling. And you had that a little bit. That's what I noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was aware of a shift too, that there was a certain point where I felt like you started to get engaged in the story.
Yes.
And I'm not sure where that point was exactly, but your body shifted, and that sort of encouraged me to get more animated about it, and to really express what was happening for me, and so that was rich for me when I was able to sort of engage you in the process.
It was an engaging story.
Thank you.
Pulling from past experience for me. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, yeah.
So what happened for you during that process?
Well, I imagined myself doing exactly what you were doing. I've done that, been on those mountain trails many times, and I've actually, to be honest with you, I imagined the last time I climbed Brazen Torres. And when you step back and you see it, and then you hike for a while, and for a long time you don't see it anymore. And then you come over a ridge, and then they're both presented, they're big mountains. So I was there. And then I switched, and this might be where I got engaged in the hallucination more, because I don't have a lake up there to work with. So I went to an imagined lake, but I was still looking up at Graves and Torres. So it was actually a double mountain that it was interesting. Yeah.
Any reflections on heading home?
Well, I'd just like to say that the fish really had me thinking. I mean, a fish jumping there, that was a stretch for me, right there. And as soon as I got into it, the fish took on a lot more meaning than I had imagined. It's like it was waiting its turn to be part of the magic. And then when the rock got thrown in, I went off somewhere about who threw the rock. And I thought that was really interesting, because I was wondering who threw the rock in there, who's helping out here. And I imagined all the people that would be helping when the rock got thrown in. So that was really nice. Yeah, it does, since the metaphor really matches really well with, what I do that stuff a lot. It's really nice for me to get that, and I don't feel the stress at all when I think about going back and all the work that I have stacked up for myself. It seems like very doable. It's great.
Thanks, Gary.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Britt.
Thanks, Birgit. Okay. So, you understand this? Oh, sorry.
We have to change the
We're changing the tape.